Please remember the 5 new fraud tricks. After a period of silence, just when everyone thought that the fraud incident in northern Myanmar had come to an end, the fraud in northern Myanmar has sprung up again recently. The telecom fraud group and the group that protects them will not let go of this fat meat easily. The online gambling and telecom fraud groups in Myanmar began to move to the area near the Thai border in July. Now a new base has been established, especially the town of Paesangru, which is regarded as a new generation of KK Park. If you still think that the fraud in the KK Park in northern Myanmar is a high-paying job abroad, then you may fall into the trap of fraud. The telecom fraud park continues to be active, and the fraud group has also used new methods to attack. They know that the trick of working abroad with a high salary is no longer feasible. The people are frightened and have gained some precautions against countries such as Thailand, Dubai, Laos, Cambodia, etc., where human smuggling activities are carried out, and now they are also using new methods. The following are the new ways of fraud, please remember. 1. Super low-cost overseas travel. You read it right, it is overseas travel. Fraud groups have used this trick on social networks to attract target people with low-cost travel. Cheap travel. The price is lower than the general travel cost, and the travel participation is very attractive. The information will also give the reason for the low price. In fact, it is very simple. It uses the reason of stimulating local consumption, promoting the sales of local folk products and specialties, and revitalizing the local economy to make people think that they can get a bargain if they are below the limit. Many young couples have conducted detailed consultations, and after confirming that there is no problem, they pack their luggage and resolutely embark on a beautiful journey, but they don't know that what is waiting for them will be a grave that is difficult to find the truth. The routine is quite effective for many people or even a few friends to travel together. This super low price is really a waste of time. Where can you find such a cheap travel price, but you don't think that you have taken a road that is a road of no return? Always remember not to be greedy for small bargains. When you go out to travel, find a reputable and old travel agency, and trade with an official reliable travel agency to ensure your safety. The world is complicated and you must learn to protect yourself. Don't think that you will get a bargain. 2. Cheating by friends and relatives. Friends, relatives, besties, etc. deceive people to Thailand and locals. This fraud method is relatively common, and is often seen among friends and classmates. No one would have thought that a former friend or childhood friend would actually deceive themselves. In addition to work-oriented, this trick actually includes traveling together, going to hometown, going to relatives' homes, business trips, companionship, doing some things, and other means to make the victim defenseless. Therefore, even if you are an acquaintance inviting you to go abroad together, you must be very careful. In the process of fraud, the fraud gang often uses emotional blackmail to constantly claim, "You are a very important person to me, don't you trust me? We are friends, we are lovers, and the opportunity is in front of you, don't make money? How can you live up to my sincerity to you?" and other words. For this reason, the Global Anti-Fraud Organization also gave an example to illustrate the fraud process. Why do you never think of me in a good way? You are so afraid of this and that, and your vision is too small. You are worried that it is a fraud, but I am not worried. Do I really not let you trust me? If you don't want to do well, life is yours. If you don't want to take the opportunity, you choose to give up. Don't overestimate yourself, and don't underestimate human nature. 3. Winning prizes. For this way, scammers cast their nets everywhere. Once someone is caught in the net, it will be difficult to escape. You will first receive the information. According to the prompts, you can indeed receive the prizes on LinkedIn the first time you receive it. When you receive it successfully, the scammer will tell you that there are many more prizes to come, and you can also receive the bonus the second time you operate. In this way, after you have successfully received the bonus several times, you completely feel reliable, and at this time the scammers will tell you that there will be bonuses later, but they need certain conditions to receive them. Many people will no longer be suspicious of the previous bonuses at this time, and will be deceived abroad according to the instructions of the scammers, and then they will be taken to the den of thieves and be exploited. 4. Job opportunities. The fourth tactic is an evolution of the previous high-paying job opportunities. The system is very intelligent. Although the media vigorously promotes it, people continue to get on the tricks. Of course, the fraud group is very clever. Their methods are ever-changing, and now they have evolved into a superb method, so the people who get on the tricks. The latest data shows that the fraud group scam has spawned a new scam. They're fishing with a long line. First, they will set up a shell company in local and pretend to set up many regular positions. The salary is slightly higher than the industry salary, and recruit people through formal recruitment platforms, and then send you on a business trip to the relevant countries. There have been reports that people were arranged to go on business trips after being hired in Singapore. The method was very clever, because at that time everyone was still on guard against immigration and Cambodia. For Singapore, no one has heard of any problems, so they think there is no problem. The situation and the impression given by Singapore that it is a country with good public security and a low crime rate. Unexpectedly, the clever fraud group actually used this method to make the victim guarded. Many people are puzzled. Just to deceive people to commit fraud, they specially registered a company, which is time-consuming and laborious. Is it necessary? Now the tactic of fraud groups are everywhere, and it is not easy to deceive people. It is very costly to run a fishing company, but the benefits are not small. One wave can easily the company took away dozens of people, many of whom were highly educated and highly skilled. The benefits brought by these costs are just a drop in the bucket. Secondly, this fishing company can be used repeatedly. In addition, some netizens revealed that some HR, human resources interviewer, who recruited domestic workers under the banner of credible foreign companies required job seekers to transfer. There are also stations that require transfers in northern Myanmar on the way, but they don't know that this transfer is hell on earth. Not only that, the recent recruitment advertisements have been changed again. Some will specifically indicate, you can return to own country at any time, in the hope of strengthening the victim's defense. In addition, the fraud gangs, under the guise of working while traveling, have been promoting on social media. The generous conditions include free round-trip work and accommodation. In addition to high salaries, there are also pocket money. Young people will fall into the trap as soon as they are tempted. The task force found a promotional post on the internet. As long as the applicant has any experience and is willing to work hard, he can be qualified for a job of running errands. He only needs to go abroad 2 or 3 times a month and can make money every time. The post also states that the work is globalized. First, you pick up the bird's nest from Bangkok, stay for 1 day, and then fly directly to the destination, such as the UK, France, Italy and Germany. The fraud group is likely to take them to the warehouse when they're doing task to Bangkok to pick up the goods. It is also possible that the fraud group will spend it to bring the victims to European countries. On the surface, they are engaged in easy work such as purchasing on behalf of others in European countries. After completing 2 tasks without any danger, the victims will immediately be on guard. Even if the fraud group arranges them to go on a business trip to Thailand later, they will not suspect that there is a fraud. After they reach Thailand, they will be taken. 5. Fall in love this way has been useful since ancient times. Some social software will recommend you some information that identifies your habits based on your operating habits. When you are exposed to this information, and you are single at this time, whether you are a single man or a woman, they will giving you any sweet words through the mobile phone screen. By playing the emotional card, the warmth card, you are convinced that you have found the other half of your life. As a result, the other party's views are in line with your deep inner vision and even plan a great vision of a beautiful future, and you are asked to transfer money in various names such as high rebate projects and wealth-making projects. You are smart, but the fraud group is smarter. They will use various methods to make you defensive. At the beginning, they will let you stay in local, and then slowly go abroad. Your payment entered to the scammer's account under your own operation. The other party is affectionate and you believe it. If you can realize that this is just a scam at this time and stop the loss in time, congratulations, you have saved your life. If you continue to persist, the other party will sincerely invite you to meet abroad and experience the land of tenderness. When you repeatedly watch the photos of the super beautiful woman's graceful figure or the videos of the extremely handsome and cool guy, and you can't wait to go to them. Then your nightmare begins. The frauds of the fraud group are extremely precise. They have gathered the world's top psychology experts and compiled different standardized script manuals for different routines. They also recruited and controlled the world's top engineers, technical experts, and network hackers to operate their own large number of social software or cloned mobile app software, invade designated network service companies, extract user data, and steal data information. After the fraud group moved its position, the dens were rampant, and the chances of the victims being rescued became hard. The staff at the event were lured to go abroad, but they were resold by the fraud group when they arrived at the local area. They faced beatings, sexual assaults, and coercion. The fraud methods are constantly developing, causing more and more victims to suffer misfortune.